mean, he might retire and become a full-time, just like, he might get into a show on Food Network, like Diners, Drive-In, and Dives, or like the Guy Fieri or whatever. He might
Zion being Guy Fieri is crazy.
He might do that, like, apparently, because...
A full-time eater?
You said it, not me.
We might just get hit with the Rico.
Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keys podcast, the only episode where we send the video. You don't send the video? That's great.
Oh.
Too soon?
Anyways.
I'm your host, Greg Goods.
And I'm your host, Jackson.
Hey, real niggas gotta start saying their last name, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. And you say you Googleable now?
Exactly. I don't
just
need
do
to,
it.
I don't need to be Googled by.
Why not?
Cause I don't.
Niggas don't want this podcast to be great. This is crazy.
This podcast is already great.
You right. Let me chill out.
Exactly.
Man, but Jax, how you been, man?
I finally made it to the end of the year. I don't have to work no more. I'm on PTO the rest of the year. I'm so happy. Like, I feel like a freed slave or something, you know? It's amazing.
I feel like you forcing right now. A free slave is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I feel like.
You feel like a free slave?
I feel like a freed slave.
That's getting paid.
I feel like an emancipated man.
Well, I still have to work. Go back on the 29th, but got a chance to visit Houston. I'm still here. First day. Christmas with the fam. Podcast with the fam.
Is this your first Christmas back in what's it called, Houston?
Yeah, cause I worked last Christmas. That shit was ass. I was working it was a basketball game, I think. But yeah, man, it was snow. I was watching shit via FaceTime. It was depressing, bro. I was like, oh no, never again. We gonna spin the block. Yeah, man, just came back from the Rockets game. Rockets v Mavs. Rockets beat the fuck out the Mavs. No Luka Doncic though. No Kyrie.
Still no excuse. They was down by like 40 at one point. I was just like, man, what the hell?
Nah,
what are we doing here?
Once you showed me Jaden Hardy's stats, nigga, this shit was hilarious.
It was not a good night for him, to say the least.
Also, it happened to be Nigerian Heritage Night, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, because we respect everybody. I just don't like when I just didn't like these white women dancing. I don't know. These white women that was dancing
on the dance team?
On the dance team. It was cringe to me. I'm not gonna lie.
It was
kind of cringe.
Like you'll hear people on social media talk about like a lot of women in like entertainment industries or service industries or whatever. They're always like, oh, they only hire people that can pass a paper bag test or whatever. And they're not lying. They're not. I was like, oh my gosh, like
not a lick of melanin, yo. Like
I was like, yo, there was nobody. Like there was two black girls, but they was both light skinned. I was like, damn. I knew it was bad, but like this bad, like.
But yeah, man. Other than that, look, it was a good game for me because them niggas won, but it definitely was a lackluster game, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. It was definitely kind of meh.
Yeah.
But other than that, by the time this drops, it'll be Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas to y'all. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all with the fam opening presents. Listen to us on the way to wherever you got going on.
Listen to us while you're opening presents.
That's a vibe too.
Yeah.
That's a vibe too.
It's a vibe.
And because it's family friendly, I'ma chill out. I won't go crazy today. I'll watch my words today. Just for the fam. That's my present to y'all, yo. That's my present to y'all. No promises though. I'm gonna try to. But going into it, I wanted to start off with Complex Sports. They dropped their top 25 list. The 25 most entertaining sports media personalities, whether it's former athletes, journalists, rappers, or YouTubers. These are the people moving the needle. Now, Jax knows like some of this list, but he doesn't know everybody that's on this list. So we're going to start from 25 all the way to 1, and we'll go real quick. And number 25, Jax, Kenny Beecham. Number 25 is yours truly, YouTube sensation Kenny Beecham. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Kenny. That nigga started a movement, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Number 24, K. Adams. I didn't know who at first I was like, who? But then I realized like that's Shams.
Her and Shams.
Yeah, the work wife, whatever the fuck.
I'm surprised she's that low, but
23, Robert Griffin III.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'll give it.
He's been good.
22, Joy Taylor.
She should be lower. She just be giving bad takes.
She be giving bad takes?
She hates Dak Prescott. But like gives like you can hate Dak cool, but like she gives like terrible takes surrounding him.
But she's smart enough to have better takes than that, because I've seen her make some better takes than that.
She shouldn't be that. She shouldn't be there. Anyway, who else?
21, Jason and Travis Kelce.
Skip that. Oh my god.
So yeah, this one was my first red flag right here. But I'm gonna keep going. Number 20, Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins.
I guess. Okay.
Respectfully, I will put the Kelce brothers over them. But
I don't put the Kelce brothers on here.
19, Nick Wright.
That's surprising. I feel like he should be. I think he would be lower. That's just
like lower, like top, like
lower as in like closer to 1.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right, I see what you mean.
That just lets me know like the top 5 and top 10 is gonna be full of nonsense.
18, Taylor Rooks.
That's way too. She should be lower as well.
17, Kevin Garnett.
Okay, I'm cool with that, I guess.
16, Paul Pierce. That's where I'm like, okay, nigga.
If you're gonna have Paul Pierce.
But this is my. Go ahead.
KG has to be over Paul. Like he should be ranked lower than Paul Pierce. But if you're gonna have Paul Pierce on the list, Kevin Garnett has to be ranked lower than him. Like,
when I saw this, I was like, "This is some bullshit." Because you could have just paired them together. Just paired them together like you did the Kelce brothers.
Honestly, yeah.
15, Ryan Clark.
He should be closer than 1 as well. He's really good.
14, Colin Cowherd.
I hate Colin Cowherd. Keep going. I hate Colin Cowherd.
The way he was able to galvanize FS1.
I hate Colin Cowherd.
13, Draymond Green.
He needs to be in prison.
You don't think he cracked top 10?
He needs to be in prison.
Prison?
Yeah, imprisoned.
Number 11, Thierry Henry. He's like on the soccer room.
For the soccer.
He seems
definitely not how you say his name.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not how you do it. But from what I know,
memes of him laughing very hard. So I think he's good at his job.
I think 12, or I don't know why they said 11, but it's 12. He's 12. Number 11, Skip Bayless.
I hate Skip Bayless.
That's crazy that he's not in the top 10 though.
He needs to be.
Nah.
I'm so tired
gonna
of Skip
hold
Bayless.
you. It's wild.
I'm so tired of Skip Bayless.
10, Mina Kimes.
She's solid.
She's solid.
Top 10.
Number 9, Michael Irvin. This is nasty.
I get why they did it because it's funny in the memes, but he's not really a top 10 nigga.
He's not over. First of all, he's not over Skip Bayless.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. On his own show.
Skip is more annoying than Michael Irvin.
Most entertaining sports media. Okay. 8, JJ Redick.
I do like JJ Redick. I would have him a little bit in like the teens, maybe. But I do like JJ Redick.
Fair. 7, Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, he should be 7. He should be up there. 6, Cam and Mace. 5, Jalen Ramsey. 4, Jalen Ramsey. 3, Jalen Ramsey. 2, Jalen Ramsey. 1, Jalen Ramsey. 2, Jalen Ramsey. 3, Jalen Ramsey. 4, Jalen Ramsey. 5, Jalen Ramsey. 6, Cam and Mace. 6, Cam and Mace. 7, Gilbert Arenas. 6, Cam and Mace. 5, Jalen Ramsey. 4, Jalen Ramsey. 3, Jalen Ramsey. 2, Jalen Ramsey. 1, Jalen Ramsey. 3, Jalen Ramsey. 4, Jalen Ramsey. 5, Jalen Ramsey. 6, Cam and Mace. 7, Gilbert Arenas. 6, Cam and Mace. 5, Jalen Ramsey. 4, Jalen Ramsey. 3, Jalen Ramsey. 2, Jalen Ramsey. 1, Jalen Ramsey. 3, Jalen Ramsey. 4, Jalen Ramsey. 5, Jalen Ramsey. 6 like their show. They're funny. Rookies of the year.
Rookie of the year. 5 Shaquille O'Neal.
That's like you can't really go wrong with Shaq.
Man, they love putting a nigga at 5. It don't matter what list. It don't matter what list. 4 Pat McAfee.
I used to like Pat McAfee.
Low-key, I thought he was gonna be a little bit lower. I ain't gonna lie.
It became too much of a thing, but I mean, he should be up there though. But I don't know. His gimmick is getting old to me now. I used to like him, but
3 Charles Barkley.
I thought he would be 1, so I'm surprised.
2 Stephen A. Smith. I thought that nigga was gonna be 1.
I don't like Stephen A's annoying too.
And then number 1, Shannon Sharp.
I'm just so very tired. Stephen A. Smith, his Stephen A. Smith Show podcast, and then Shannon Sharp and Ocho's Nightcap. I don't want to see those again. They're just old men talking about young people stuff.
Yeah, I will agree. I'm tired of...
I don't want to hear about how horny these 50-year-old men are. I don't.
Every time I hear Shannon Sharp talk, I understand why he's single.
I don't want to hear.
I understand why he's single. He talk about shit that me and, like, we don't even talk about this shit all the time, but, like, he talk about shit like he 25 and not 50, whatever the fuck he is. But look, overall with the list, I found hypocrisy into it because it's just like some of these niggas is grouped up, some of these niggas is individuals. Like, me personally, I would have put Shaq and Charles at number 1 and, like, make it like the TNT crew. Like, just make it like...
How is Ernie not on this list?
That's what I'm saying. Ernie not in this list.
I would keep Shaq and Chuck separate though, because they have like their own platform. Like Shaq has his own podcast platform.
Now he does, but like
for like a couple years.
But nobody. When people think about Shaq, they think about TNT Crew. That's the first thing that you think about. Like when you think about KG, you think about all the times with Paul Pierce, pretty much.
But yeah, when you
and then those,
I was thinking he does have his own thing though as well. Like,
oh, for sure.
Yeah, so that's probably why they are separated, him and Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, they keep trying to replay that one time he was illiterate when he was spinning the wheel. And then for like moderators, like I don't know, Taylor Rooks, I get it.
I feel like Taylor Rooks should be in the top 10.
Top 10?
Yes, bro. She's been going crazy this year. Everybody, all her interviews are good.
Who you jumping over though?
Let me see the top 10 again.
Who you jumping over? Who you taking out the top 10? You taking Mina Kimes out the top?
No,
out the top
Mina
10?
Kimes, I like Mina Kimes.
I like.
She could be in the top 5. I like Mina.
So you would just take JJ Redick out or something?
I'll take Michael Irvin out. He shouldn't be. He's not in the top 10. Yeah, I would take Michael Irvin out. Take him out the top 10. I'd move JJ Redick in the teens. And Cameron Mays, like, I get why they're 6, but they're not.
They should really be just like at bare 10 or 11.
Yeah, like I get why they're on this list, but they're not really.
It's that rookie splash.
Yeah.
We'll see what that sophomore slump look like. Hey, yo, shout out to them because I'm glad they didn't do what I thought they was gonna do. I thought they was gonna put that all the smoke in there. I was not trying to see Matt Barnes and company. But overall, that was just a little lighthearted topic. Meant to talk about it last week, but you know, we didn't, and that's okay. But one thing we definitely been holding back for a couple weeks was talking about sports betting, ruining sports. I mean, Jax, go ahead, set it up first because you sounded very passionate on your hot take 2 weeks ago. That fantasy and parlays and it's all ruining the game you love, quote unquote.
Goodness, you're asking me about hot takes I did 2 weeks ago, expecting me to remember.
Oh,
well, good. You're good because I do actually remember. I think sports betting is ruining sports because, like, they're pushing sports betting way too much because it's in everything now. Like, there's an ESPN. I think ESPN Bet is a channel now or something.
Yeah.
Like there's an ESPN Bet channel. You see parlays and all this stuff on like the broadcast for the games. Talking about everything sponsored by DraftKings. Everything sponsored by DraftKings or Underdog Sports, Underdog Fan. Like, and this is all just making sports into a product that people are like. When you watch sports, you're growing up as a kid and everything. You like sports because It's like a really true love of the game. And that's why a lot of people, they're like, college sports is more, or they used to before NIL, because it was like, man, these players, they're just playing it for the love of the game. It's no other agendas. Yeah, they want to get to the league, but they know they're not getting paid for it. They're just doing this because they want to do it. And like, they're just, with all these parlays and everything, it's taking that love out. It's making everything about money. And then, like I said, with the NIL, you see more money coming in through that. It's just like, the more you treat athletes and players like a product, like the less people start to care about them. And that's what I just, like, yes, we don't know these people, but they are still, at the end of the day, humans. And I just don't think we're treating them like that. Like, you'll see who, like, MB, you'll set his over for like 33.5 points or whatever. He'll get you 32. You'll be like, oh, fuck MB, blah, 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 blah. You suck and everything just because he didn't score 34 points. Like, stuff like, it just don't make sense. So, yeah.
Versus that same person saying, fuck you, nigga, you suck because you lost the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like,
because if you,
it's still a fuck you, nigga. We don't
like,
really care about you for
it. But winning the game is more important than the damn parlay at the end of the day.
Yeah, to the player. Yes, it's definitely more important. Winning is more important to that player.
Yeah,
that's why they always be like, "Yo, fuck your parlay."
That's how they should feel.
Oh, this is my only thing. If there was like a consistency, like everybody saying the same thing as players, I wouldn't really have no issue for real. Like I would understand. But what tends to happen is niggas that A, ain't on nobody's parlay sheet, or B, you're playing garbage. These are the niggas that are kind of speaking now. With the occasional Kevin Durant that just wants to talk to anybody. Yeah, you know, he's an anomaly. He's like talking to people. He's a chatter.
He be bored on his phone.
He just be chatting. You know what I mean? But that's my thing. Like the pushback that some people have that are beyond parlays. They be like, nigga, all I'm asking you is to do your job. Low key. I'm just betting on you to do your job.
Their job is to win.
Their job is to win. And to contribute to winning. To contribute to winning.
As long as you win, as long as the team wins, you contribute to the win as long as the team won.
How did you feel about DeAndre Ayton this last playoff series?
I didn't like him.
You did not like him. But he was still winning games because he moved on to the next round.
He wasn't doing good because
he wasn't contributing to team success, right?
Okay, you may have.
I mean, like, I'm just, like I said, there are definitely like niggas like Panya. You know, there are niggas that take it to the extreme, for sure. I'm not saying that niggas don't take it to the extreme. But it'd be one thing if LeBron was like, hey, yo, fuck y'all parlays, nigga. Y'all are tripping. That hits different versus a nnigga that, like Malik Monk. Like, who the
I feel like he can say that, though. Malik Monk.
Malik Monk. Or like, if DeAndre Ayton was to come off after the playoffs, I don't give a fuck about your player. Like, I don't give a fuck about your parlays. Nigga, I want you to give a fuck about the game.
Exactly.
I want you to give effort. If you gave effort, the parlay would have hit. I asked for 5 rebounds. You gave me 2. Even if I didn't bet, 2 rebounds is unacceptable as a big man.
Very true.
Now, like I said, there are niggas that up the ante and be like, yo, I asked for 10. I asked for 15. All right, yo. All right, I get it. I understand. But I think there's like, I see both sides. I definitely see both sides because I'm definitely not, you know, I definitely don't encourage niggas to just be DMing these niggas. Oh, I bet my rent on you. That's stupid, nigga. Nobody asked you to do that. That was very idiotic. And if I was DeAndre Ayton, I'd be laughing at you. Like, ha, bitch. Like, do it again. I'll do it again, nigga. Like, that's crazy. But to do your job, we're basically just saying, we're basically betting on you to do your job. I don't really see the problem. I don't really see the ruining sports.
It's just ruining the way people consume it. You don't feel that way?
I understand.
Like, cause sports, it used to. I feel like once you, as soon as you put your money on the sport, it becomes a completely different. Like watching it becomes a completely different viewing experience. Cause now your happiness it's not tied to the win. It's not tied to the spectacular play that happens. It's tied to the, oh my gosh, did you get X amount of yards? Oh my gosh, did you do such and such? Like, cause imagine your quarterback. You have like the over under or whatever at like three touchdowns or whatever. Mm-hmm. He only scores, or he only gets 2 touchdowns, but he throws for like 400 yards. Just goes crazy. Has an amazing game. Throws 400 yards. They win and everything. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get the 3 touchdowns. Now you're gonna be like, oh my god, you're mad at that. But like, you shouldn't be mad at it. He just had an amazing game, setting records, all the yards. He just didn't score that many touchdowns. Like, why would you be mad about that? Like stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense to me.
True. Which is why I'll agree. Like, especially when you're in a group setting. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, whenever Ash betted on Josh Allen and he was like 17 yards shy of like rushing to, win his parlay, and they pulled him for like the rest of the fourth because they were just blowing him out that bad.
Like, stuff like that. Like,
I was just happy. But, I mean, I can understand why he doesn't give a fuck about the game because he's betting on something he never really gave a fuck about to begin with. He doesn't care about watching the Bills like that. I do think that sports betting has made people like watch things that they were not going to watch to begin with. I think
they have gambling addictions.
Of course.
There's no reason you're watching overseas Chinese basketball at 3:42 a.m.
That's crazy. You know somebody that's doing that right now?
People do it.
But like, do you know people that's doing that right now?
I've heard
that's
people.
Crazy. Oh my god, that's wild.
I won't say names.
You see, nigga like me, I'll snitch.
Anyways.
But I mean, like, I don't see how you can fix that though. Like, it's just something we have to deal with. Like, it's ruining the sport.
Like, the only way to fix that is to like outlawing gambling.
Outlaw. Like, outlaw.
There's a way. I was like, yeah, but they really start bringing that back. Defund gambling, do all that, and I think they also need to stop pushing gambling on everything really, because like I said, everything's sponsored by DraftKings. I think Sports Nation that used to be on ESPN, they changed it to ESPN Bet, and like you see all this stuff about parlays and all that. They're pushing it to everybody and everything, and I think that's also bad because I joke about, like, I mentioned gambling addiction, blah blah, earlier, and like I said it as a joke, but it's gonna actually start happening because like I know a lot of people doing all these parlays and making these jokes or whatever on the internet, and like yes, they're funny, but it's gonna start to become real. Like it's gonna these gambling addictions, they're gonna actually start to happen, and it's gonna get kids younger and younger because they just see gambling everywhere. So,
I mean, first of all, I really do believe that they're pushing this to an insane level based off of our current economy. Our current economy is shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do think that plays a part. But I also feel like it's one of those things like gambling at this point is kind of like weed, where it's just kind of like if we outlaw it, which we've been trying to outlaw it in sports, like niggas are gonna try. They're gonna figure out a way to do this shit anyway.
But it's gonna become less common because like even in some, because it's not gambling, it's not legal in every single state. And even in the states where it's illegal, like I'm pretty sure it's illegal in. I'm pretty sure it's illegal in Texas actually.
To actually gamble? Yeah, I think it's because I think you got to go to Louisiana in order to really get your gamble off for real.
It's something like that.
But it's
even
like
they're like people have like what are those VPNs and all that, so they can do all that gamble online here. So it's just like stuff like that. It as long as they're making it harder to access, I'll be fine with that, honestly.
Do you think that changes? I think the only reason I would raise an eyebrow is if the game is actually being affected in this. So
it will happen. It's going to happen. We don't know. Maybe it already has happened, honestly, but we don't know. When it's going to happen, it's going to be a big scandal, and I'm just going to be, it might have to be like, I told y'all so. Like,
I mean, I feel like it's always happened before it was even outlawed. Like, before, like, you can't have a situation like Tim Donaghy and then think and truly believe that he was the only person that was a part of that shit.
Especially with Scott Foster still.
And you was besties with Scott Foster, and you think he was a lone wolf in a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Fuck no, nigga. So I just think that I will say legalizing it makes people hide. It allows people to hide in plain sight. But what can you do outside of join or don't join? No, I don't know. Have you ever bet it?
No.
He's speaking as a novice. I understand though.
I'm not going to. Bro.
I've done a few. Like, I'll do like a little $1, $2 thing.
I want to watch sports for fun.
Oh, I'll be betting on shit that I know I'm not finna. Like, I'll never bet on the Cowboys because I like to. First of all, why the fuck would I want to up the ante on my anxiety during that time?
Exactly.
And then two, it's just kind of like I want to enjoy the game. Like, I need to win by any means necessary. So if I ask Dak to give me 2 touchdowns and he has 0, but we still win, I still want to be happy at the end of the day. I'm never going to bet against the Cowboys.
And then just like imagine betting during like the racism bowl. Like that would get. That would get wicked. That would get.
I might have to put my money on that. I might have to bet on that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, we already know the black team would win, but
yeah. But I would bet on some white players to do well though.
And that's where it gets wicked.
Oh God.
But if you haven't heard, there's a racism bowl that hopefully will take place during the Pro Bowl, even though it won't take place. But Rashard,
I need full pass for that.
But Rashard Mendenhall, older running back from the Steelers from the 2000s, for some reason he was angry on social media. I don't know what spurred this miniature rant. It wasn't even a rant. It was really like one call to action, I guess.
A call to action is crazy.
This is what he said in a, not Twitter rant, but Twitter message. He said, "I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football? I'm better than your GOAT." Now, Mendenhall, first things first, I don't think you're better than my GOAT. Whoever, I don't even know who my GOAT. Who is my GOAT?
It don't matter who your GOAT is. It's not Mendenhall.
It's not Mendenhall. You're not better.
You're not better than AP. You're not better than Brady. You're not better than anybody else.
You're not better than Michael Vick. You're not better than.
He's a running back, right?
Yeah, he's not better than a lot.
Oh, you're not better than.
But that's neither here nor there. You had a decent career. You're cool. Whatever. But like, what made you this mad? Cause I don't know what happened. He was just angry online.
I need to know how old Mendenhall is at this point. He sounds like a nigga in his 30s. He's still in his 30s?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Nigga be tweeting like he 50. Mendenhall. 30. Damn, he is 36. Nigga younger than LeBron talking like this. He ought to be a damn shame of himself. Yeah, man, look, I don't know why he was upset. I don't know why he felt the need to tweet it. But, I mean, he started a funny-ass conversation. He started a funny-ass dialogue that has nothing to do with him. And I best believe anybody that they put, whoever put their own spin to the racism boom, I guarantee you 1,000% Mendenhall was not on anybody's list. Yeah. But, it was fun. I fuck with it. I ain't gonna lie, man. The white side on the offensive side,
you have some players. There are some players. Like the line, the line will be good. The quarterback,
the tight end,
tight end's good.
The receivers gonna be good.
Yeah, 2 receivers, Cooper Kupp and who's another white? There's another good wide receiver.
They got
Thielen, even though he's old.
Thielen, you got McCaffrey in the backfield. You got.
You can't use McCaffrey wide receiver because he's gonna have to play corner too.
And you see, defense fucked up. I said the only way the white people have a chance is if it turns into like that Rams versus Chief game like back in 2018 when it was like they played. It was like 60 something, 50 to 60. That's the only way they have a fighter's chance. But I just thought it was funny. I already know who's actually gonna win.
Yeah.
But it was. But the white people was quick to break that shit down on TikTok. It seemed like every white creator was, oh shit, I've been waiting for this.
The only way white people have a chance if they included mixed people on their defense. Because there's probably a few good, mixed corners. I don't know who, but there probably are a few.
The NBA, the white people have a better chance in the NBA than the NFL doing this, pulling this off. Cause nigga, they got some gems. They got some gems on the NBA side. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But would it have to be American whites though?
It has to be American whites.
That's what I would assume. Because American whites, they get cooked in the NBA.
I'm trying to think of American white.
Just all the best black players versus American whites, and then Tyler Hero.
I mean, you had to do American blacks in there.
Okay. That means nothing. What?
Who's the best black American?
There's LeBron James, there's Kevin Durant, there's Jason Tatum.
You got these old ass niggas.
I'm just naming.
You got these old brittle ass niggas. Oh my god. Okay, we get it.
There's John Morant, there's Zion, there's Brandon Ingram. I'm naming all these players are better than any Tyler Hero and Gordon Hayward. They're all better than them.
American white basketball players. I just wanna
Sam Hauser. Is that one?
First of all, what? First of all, K Love.
Okay.
Tyler Hero. Chet Holmgren.
Oh, okay.
Austin Reeves. All right. Hear me out. Walker Kessler. Alex Caruso.
They're going to lose by 57 points.
Max Strus. Nigga was in the NBA Finals.
Max Strus is white? I'm thinking Max Christie.
Dante, no, I don't want to. I don't want
Dante
to.
DiVincenzo?
No, please. I'm skipping that nigga, please. Kevin Huerter. Luke Kennard, yeah.
They'd lose by 68 points.
Ooh, Duncan Robinson. NBA Finals legend. Joe Harris. Christian Braun, NBA champion.
They'd lose by 68 points.
60 is crazy. 60 is crazy when they got Grayson Allen. Oh my God, stop it.
They'll lose by 72 when they see Grayson. They'll be like,
Fuck out.
They'll go a little bit harder.
Peyton Pritchard. Hey, look, more of the story, they would get cooked regardless, but I just think you have a fighter's chance of convincing yourself that some of these Europeans are actually American whites. But I say all that to say, it's time to get to the real meat and potatoes. The real nitty gritty. The conversation all of Twitter has been talking about. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark sharing. What's the Player of the Year award? What's the actual? I don't want to misconstrue it.
Yeah, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were both named the Sporting News Athletes of the Year. And this brings controversy that Greg was talking about because this hasn't happened before.
It's never happened. It's never been a player.
And this is honestly, this is literally just like, who was it? Was it Jill Biden?
Jill Biden was trying to invite Iowa.
Yeah, they were trying to invite Iowa to the White House after LSU beat them in the final or in the national championship. This is basically just building off of that, and it's sad to see, but also for what it's worth, if you're going to like share this award with two people, these are like the best two people to share it with. I'm not gonna lie.
First of all,
because Angel Reese had an amazing year. And then so did Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's finna be the D1 women's basketball all-time leading scorer. Like, Caitlin Clark's going crazy. So, like, I'm not saying they should have done it, but, like...
Look, for all the people that was saying, This some motherfucking bullshit. This should have been blah, da, 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 da. I'm here to tell you, if we're being truthful, that should have just been Caitlin Clark. Should have just been Caitlin. I am not gonna lie to you. I know what y'all trying to do. Caitlin Clark is the consensus #1 overall pick of this year's WNBA draft. There's no question. She is the Wemby of somebody's draft. She drug her team to the fucking to the Natty. There were some, and I don't want to use a certain demographic because it was a lot of people that was talking about it. But look, I understand that we are trying to support Angel Reese. I don't want people to compare the Jill Biden to what this is. That Jill Biden, that's some bullshit. This right here, they really did this for Angel Reese. I'm not gonna lie to you because that was definitely Caitlin Clark's award. If I was Caitlin Clark, I'd be like, all right, my nigga, like, you know, I was the best player of the year. There were some people, especially women, that was talking about Angel Reese put more eyes on da 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 da.
And she did.
And she did. She put a lot of eyes on it.
But Caitlin Clark, I'm so sorry.
But I'm just like, Jackson, we had a whole conversation in the segment of them using a whole football field to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. They put a whole basketball arena in a football arena for 60,000 individuals to watch Iowa basketball. Do you know anybody else do you know any other player that's on Caitlin Clark's team?
I barely know Caitlin Clark. Like,
that's my thing. And she beat South Carolina.
I do know South Carolina.
South Carolina is fucking like cold. They beat South Carolina before they got to LSU. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think South Carolina was a tougher matchup for LSU than it was. Like, I'm not sure if LSU was able to, beat South Carolina. But Caitlin Clark is just Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, it didn't even matter.
It didn't matter.
It honestly did not matter.
And on LSU's team, LSU had a good ass team. We talk about the rapper all the time that plays for LSU. And they got and recruited some more people.
Yeah, they just got that one cold white girl.
Yeah, so there's talent there. And Angel Reese is, look, she's gonna be a top 10 pick. She'll probably be number 10 or whatever, but like, come on now. Let's not do this. Let's not disrespect Caitlin Clark because we feel like Angel Reese should have got this award by herself. She had a moment. There's 12 months in the year. That's all I gotta say. Don't just hang on to March. Talk about April. Talk about September, October, and November. But that's all I had to say about it. Is it really that big of a deal? Not really. But
they're probably both happy with the award because why not?
I mean, look, they both making money. So.
Yeah, they both got an NIL bag, so it don't even matter. They both got an NIL bag and finna be WNBA players.
This is just Twitter talk at this point. Twitter banner. Just like Becky Hammon. Becky Hammon talking about Jalen Brunson being too small. You know what I mean? To be for those that are out of the loop, Becky Hammon was Inside the NBA or NBA Countdown, one of those shows on ESPN, talking to Kendrick Perkins and I think Malika Andrews, talking about the Knicks and basically saying, hey, yo, they need that 1A. They need that 1A person. They need that guy. They need him. And Kendrick Perkins was like, yo, they got him, Jalen Brunson. And she was like, no, that's not. He is not him. Like I can't. He's too small for me to consider.
Jalen Brunson's him, but he cannot. He's him, but he can't be him.
Right.
He can't be the him.
He cannot be the him. The him is crazy, but he cannot be the him.
He's that guy, but he's not him.
I cannot put him on the same level as LeBron and other people. He's too small. It's a big man's league. Basically, that's basically what she said. And it came with some pushback, which is crazy because we've heard men talk about this shit all the time. And the first thing they love to do, and she already said it, she was like, yes, Steph Curry
Isaiah Thomas, she named them as the exceptions to the rule.
Exception. There are anomalies,
They're literally the only two small guards who have led their NBA team to a championship.
Exactly.
Steph's not even that small, honestly. Like, Steph is like
nigga 6'3". Damn near.
And he's swole now too. So
yeah, nigga is about the same size, if not taller than Russell Westbrook.
yeah.
So it's like I don't get why she even had to explain herself. Like, she came up with a follow-up tweet saying that, she loves Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson gave the Spurs word back when he was playing in Dallas. All that stuff. I hate our society. I hate that our society can't take an opinion and just keep it an opinion and just keep it pushing. Like, we gotta uplift and damn near get on our knees to just worship people all the damn time before we give them some kind of criticism. It's like, bro, like, we know you're a great player. I shouldn't have to go above and beyond and talk about how good Jalen Brunson is before I say, hey, yo, he's going to need some help if he wants to win the championship.
And it's not even like, she didn't even say anything insulting to him. She just
nothing.
Honestly gave her opinion, which is really more of a fact because, like we said, it was proven. And I just, you were like, you don't know why, or you didn't get why people need clarification. People need clarification because they're stupid. And they just want...
And she a woman.
Yeah. So, people are stupid. They hate women. And yeah, they just... And also, people are overly sensitive as well. And they're like, oh, we need to protect Jalen. Like, I feel like Jalen Brunson, he honestly probably heard those comments. He was probably a little offended, but he definitely sort of got what she meant. And he probably...
He wasn't even offended.
He would probably love to have another a bigger player that can actually hoop and be the number one.
Imagine if they swapped out Julius Randle with a real 6'8", 6'9".
Like, imagine Jalen Brunson if he played with like somebody who could sort of like handle the ball, shoot a little bit taller.
Luka! Oh my God!
Imagine if Jalen Brunson played with Luka.
Imagine what could have been.
Man, I bet they could have got to like
at least the Western Conference Finals, right?
Yeah.
Wow. And then like play the Golden State or something, a champion. Wow. Why does that sound so familiar?
That never happened though.
Never, right?
I doubt him and Luka probably wouldn't even get along.
Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be fucking for real, yo.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems like a match made in heaven. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, maybe Julius Randle is better. Who knows?
I know. He's not.
But yeah, it's unfortunate that she had to do that. But they talked about that like Becky Hammon ain't got no credentials for real.
It's because they don't know who Becky Hammon is.
But you have to know who Becky Hammon is.
We already established they don't like women, so that people don't know.
This is crazy, but she's not no ESPN analyst. She was a fucking player for the Silver Stars. She was right under Coach Pop all them damn years.
Did she go to G League team or no?
A G League team, I'm not sure, but she went to the Las Vegas Aces and went on a historic run, and got them a championship. They just won a championship actually. So
Becky Hammon is certified.
She's a certified, and she old school. Like, she not no young ass woman. She been
around the block. She knows basketball. She knows ball. She knows what she's talking about.
She knows exactly what the fuck she's talking about.
Especially way better than anybody commenting on the internet, any of us. And she knows better. She knows more basketball than most of us can even hope to forget, honestly.
Hey, yo, you see? Now, she should really spice it up. She should spice it up. Like, Jalen is amazing, but Jalen Brunson, that's a game manager right there. Just to throw little parties on just to see what happens.
What's a game manager in basketball look like?
Chris Paul.
But the way game manager is used in football, like
I see what you mean, but
like game manager, it's not meant to be a football slur, but it's basically a football slur. Like what's a basketball slur? Tweener.
A tweener, table setter. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe basketball is not really conducive to slurs the way football is.
That's why people like the. Did you see about? Did you see that tweet? It was like the Tennessee Titans, and it was like Derrick Henry, taking a picture with Warren Moon and all them people, and there was like a tweet above it that was just kind of like the old people, like the discourse.
NFL players respect the new niggas while the older NBA players hate all the young NBA players.
Yeah, basically like that, or they kind of just talk shit about the game. And first, I want to get your thoughts about that. Like, how true do you think that is?
I think that is sort of. I didn't really realize it until I saw it, but I think that is true, and I think that's sort of a function of like the inherent toughness in football. Because like with the NBA, when you hear old players talk about, oh, these new players suck and blah blah, it revolves around like the physicality. They wouldn't survive in this era, blah 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 back then. In the NFL, it's a little bit the same because like it's not as physical now as it was back then. Because back then people would be dying on the field and be getting paralyzed and all that. Yeah. But like I think the older players still do acknowledge that yes, the game is softer, but there's still that level of toughness you have to one play in the NFL, and then like I think they also acknowledge that NFL players now are bigger, stronger, and faster than ever. So you have to have, like I said, a certain level of toughness to do that. In the NBA, it's not like that. There's no hand checking no more. Like you touch anybody, they'll flop, they'll call the foul. Like the NBA is not really tough like that. So I think that's why.
I think with the NFL, I think there's a general consensus of like, yeah, back in the day was hell and it was tougher, and quite frankly, we ain't trying to go back. Like, you know what I mean? If we was to do it all over again, I wouldn't want to do it like that. I don't want to have 3 loose pinkies, you know what I mean? 3 loose fingers and paralyzed. You be seeing some of these NFL players, they be looking crazy. Their hands be looking fucking deranged. You know, everybody walking with a limp now. I bet they would want to be in like this league right now. So I think it's that versus the NBA. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, the league is soft. Y'all wouldn't, be able to hang back in the day. And I think that's a sort of, not necessarily jealousy, but it's more of like they're looking, for NFL purposes, kind of like how people look at Jalen Hurts tying Cam Newton with the rushing touchdowns due to the tush push of rushing touchdowns. It's like, okay, like, you about to destroy some records with how y'all are playing, and it's gonna knock off some real niggas that really did this shit in a crazy way. And when we talk about old niggas, the footage is not as accessible as it will be for like this new generation. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Every year it's gonna be harder and harder to pull back, quality film of what niggas used to do back in the day. So I don't know, man. I just think that we all getting old, man. Cherish all-time greats while they are all-time greats, because once they're gone, they're gone. Once they are retired, it's over. I wish I could go see Adrian Peterson for the first time again. That was a wild experience. But
I wish I could see Zion in person.
For real?
Yeah, but the way things go, I don't know how long he'll be in the NBA.
Damn.
He might retire and become a full-time, just like, he might get into a show on Food Network, like Diners, Drive-In, and Dives, or like the Guy Fieri or whatever. He might
Zion being Guy Fieri is crazy.
He might do that, like, apparently, because...
A full-time eater?
You said it, not me. But I only say this because Zion Williamson is fat. I hate to say it. I don't want to make fat jokes or nothing. I'm trying to be serious. Like, he has a weight problem. And this weight problem's caused him to miss multiple games in his career, just because that's a lot of weight to be moving as a big man, doing all that jumping and everything. Because he can't jump 40 inches in the air at 300 pounds and land and expect to be healthy.
Or to have cartilage.
And I bring this up because it came out maybe yesterday, day before, something like that. That Zion's contract, the final 3 years of his contract, are no longer guaranteed because there was something in this clause about games played. And last year, since did he miss 22 games or he only played 22?
I think he only played 22 games.
Okay. So last year, since he only played 22 games, the clause kicked in, and now this year, the year after, and then 2 years after, it's no longer guaranteed in his contract. And this comes at a weird time for him in his career because this, after the offseason from hell, with all the baby mama drama and then all the more fat jokes, and then it came out that the Pelicans were looking to trade him as well. What do you like? Honestly, what do you think for Zion? Because we know how talented he is, but we know about the weight problems, and he came back into camp looking swole, looking skinnier, and then you see him a couple weeks ago at the in-season tournament looking hefty,
looking like
heftier
us,
than
nigga.
usual.
Oh God. Honestly, I think Coach K has gotten the best version out of Zion thus far.
Yeah.
And that was so long. Like, if you just see, like, I know you at this point, like, you've probably seen those Duke highlights that resurface. It's just a totally different player. Like you instantly remember, like, okay, this is why they called him generational talent, because of all the crazy shit he was doing at Duke. And he looked fucking jacked at fucking Duke. I think that he will always be closer to his floor than his ceiling. I think he will always he'll at the weight that he's at right now. He'll, after one little flat joke, he'll go up there and give you 25 and 15. And I was like, bro, you're not even at your best right now, but you're giving us 25 and 15. That's the frustrating part. Like, imagine being what you really need to be and working on your game and doing X, Y, Z. And I think that he's able to. I also believe that he was born in the wrong era. I do truly believe that. I do believe that if he was born like 10 years earlier, 12 years earlier, I feel like we would have gotten a better version of Zion. We're in a league where, like, he's working. I don't question his work ethic. I really do think that he works hard, because you see the results of him losing the weight and doing X, Y, and Z. In the summer, he does what he needs to do. But once that regular season starts, you're not working that hard. Like, you're not practicing like that. You're doing walkthroughs because low management, traveling and doing X, Y, and Z. And that you eating a lot. Like, you can't eat the way you was eating in the off season because you was working hard. You was working hard in the off season so you could afford to eat more calories. But now you in the regular season, he just like me and you, nigga. Like, we get home, we damn sure we ain't in the mood to eat. Like, we ain't in the mood to cook something up, nigga. We trying to get something real quick and fast, bro. Like, but he has enough money to bypass all that shit. So it's a.
That'd be the thing. Yeah. I'm like, you have access to all the best nutritionists, dietitians, chefs, all that.
I think the Pelicans have exhausted every resource they could possibly do to get you on the right track. Like, I don't think they just kick that nigga. I think they've always coddled him to the point where, like, okay, we know this is an issue. We gonna do everything that needs to happen. Especially, I think they even fired one of his trainers. Or Zion fired one of his trainers like a year ago, 2 years ago, and he, the trainer was kind of clapping back. Recently, once you saw updated pictures of Zion now, but yeah, I don't think he'll ever be.
You think the Pelicans need to cut bait with them?
I think they need to trade him. I think they need to trade him. Like I said, when we talk about teams that we want to blow up, I said the Pistons, and I said
Pelicans.
And I said the Pelicans, and I was like, yo, first of all, Brandon Ingram alone, even though he's cold, he's not good enough to be paired with Zion and think he's finna have a huge run.
You need this version of Zion. If we're
talking about Duke Zion,
if it was like the Zion that's fully actualized version of Zion,
oh yeah,
shape and all that, then
I'm excited, bro.
Brandon Ingram is a perfect
pairing. Oh my god, a lob.
That's probably the frustrating thing. That's probably why they don't want to cut bait, because they just see, like, man, imagine if we get the like I said, the fully actualized version of Zion plus Brandon Ingram plus CJ McCollum.
And if they had a peak Lonzo Ball,
plus all like the stoppers that like Herb Jones and everything for defense, Dyson Daniels, like they have everything.
Jordan Hawkins.
They have everything they need except for Zion fulfilling his potential. And I just know that's what's frustrating them about him because they're so close yet so far with him.
And it's just kind of like they lucked into that pick because they had no business doing that. But the league be leaguing, you know what I mean, and they be rigging. So when they lost Anthony Davis, they granted them Zion, and it's just kind of like, okay, here it is, here you go. And to see how it's played out is definitely disappointing, and I don't think it gets better anytime soon.
Yeah.
So
like if he didn't. I honestly thought this offseason was going to be the offseason for him to change. Because, like, with all the craziness surrounding him, like, if you needed a change, like, it should have been...
Yeah, but he always does.
This has been the offseason where he needed to lock in.
But he
like he did.
But that's the thing. I think he always locks in the offseason. The problem is the regular season. I think the regular season is where he trips up. Because that's where he gains that weight. And for you to be... Well, first of all, he don't play 82. He don't be playing 82 games. So for me to be like, oh, I don't see how you can play 82 games and gain so much weight. He don't play 82. He played 22 last year. So that kind of explains it. And when he gets an injury, he's definitely gonna blow up. He's always he's a yo-yo. Like he can drop 30 pounds, but he's always one Popeye's biscuit away from looking like Eddie Lacy. Like at any time, bro. It's unfortunate. And quite frankly, there is no other pick that they could have gotten. You could have got John Moran, but you still would have had issues. Because that nigga's flashing guns. And having that nigga in New Orleans...
Oh, you can't have him. You can't have him.
Yo, I think that nigga probably would have been out the league by then, nigga.
You can't have him in Louisiana.
And you cannot have that nigga in New Orleans, nigga. Memphis is enough. Having Ja in New Orleans...
The worst place for Ja is Memphis, which he's already in. New Orleans, because Louisiana, and then Utah, because that's where young boy live.
That's crazy. And Houston, actually. He don't need to be in Houston.
He'd be bad in Houston.
He'd be bad in Houston. And he can't be in San Antonio because it's too close to Houston.
Should John Moran be in the NBA?
Yes, he should, because the nigga balling. The nigga balling, so yes, he should be in the NBA. But
imagine him in somewhere like Cleveland where he could really focus. There's nothing in Cleveland.
And that nigga Chirac.
Alright. Imagine him on the Pistons. Never mind.
Ew. Oh hell no.
I hope the Pistons win. That's my hope for Chris. That's one of my Christmas wins. I hope the Pistons win.
Low key, I kinda wanna see how far I can go. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is terrible of me. But something has to change, bro. Like you can't just continue to keep doing the same things over and over again. If they keep having this lined up, I want niggas to just keep running the score up. Because now it's turning into I don't want to be the first team to get that first dub. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the Rockets play them niggas on New Year's. I'm letting them niggas know, hey, Şengün, do what you gotta do, my nigga. We is not gonna be the first team to get that L from the Pistons, nigga.
Alright. We gonna see.
Either they better win before or win after. Pick your poison, nigga. But
speaking of picks and poison and wins and losses.
Oh my god.
We gotta get into some picks for this week.
And before we start the picks, we haven't been updating y'all. Because I've been doing a good job. I haven't been doing a good job of keeping up with them. But I finally took time out my day to calculate it. And Jax is 50-33 in picks. I'm 47-36. Looking at it, you definitely had some picks where I was just like, oh, that's a good pull. That's a good pull. That Cardinals over Pittsburgh, that was a good pull. I ain't gonna lie.
Panthers over Falcons. I knew the Panthers are gonna get another win. It was a terrible win. They only scored field goals, but they won.
You would have had 51 had you picked the Seahawks. But you had a disclaimer. You was like, yo, this is only if Geno plays. If Drew Lock plays, no. I'm like, okay.
Hey, Drew Lock played. Prove me wrong, shoot.
I was happy for Drew Lock, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. He put that jacket on. I was like, man, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Thursday. Oh, well. We already did Thursday night. Thursday's night game was
the Rams versus the Saints. And yours truly chose the Rams. I'm yours truly.
And I picked the Saints. And it was a blowout, and then niggas started coming back. I was like, hold on. Hold on, nigga.
I don't believe in Derek Carr, bro.
Me neither, but, you know, gotta be different
I don't know why they haven't put Jameis in, bro. So what do you have to lose, bro?
The whole city fucks with Jameis, so I'm very confused on why they just won't do it.
Yeah, not my problem.
But we got Saturday games.
Yep. For our first Saturday game, we have the Bengals at the Steelers. Who are you taking?
I picked the Bengals last week. I'm going to continue to pick the Bengals. Yeah. I hate division games with this specific division because anybody can win it. And I know Mike Tomlin is, teetering that line of winning record.
Yeah, it's getting hectic, bro. I don't know. Like, I'm going to pick the Bengals as well, even though I love Mike Tomlin. I want him to get that. Get that winning record. But it feels like the Steelers, it feels like all the players hate it there.
Yeah.
It feels like there's no discipline. It just feels like they're falling apart. And the quarterback situation is terrible. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Bet.
And then we also have the Bills at the Chargers.
I am picking the Bills.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bills.
Picking the Bills, and they need to win. Yeah. They need that win.
Justin Herbert, he's not playing, so it's finna be Easton Stick. They're going to, like the Chargers, they should, if the Bills lose.
Boy, look, nigga.
See, I'm going with the Bills for that. And then we have our Sunday night primetime game.
Oh, God.
Is
the Broncos.
The Patriots at the Broncos?
Absolutely, man.
That's the Sunday night primetime game?
Absolutely, it is. Russell Wilson's a bad man. He's trying to find himself in the playoffs.
All right. Who are you taking?
Look, man. I need the Broncos to tighten the fuck up and give me a W. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Broncos go get the win.
I'm also choosing the Broncos because Patriots aren't good. Now we have 3 Christmas games. So to start things off, we have the Raiders at the Chiefs. Who are you going with?
I'm picking the Chiefs. But like I said, I do like that little rivalry that Pat Mahomes and Max Crosby have. I think it's kind of fun. But yes, Chiefs.
I feel like I've been agreeing with you on everything. I don't like that, but I'm also taking the Chiefs.
Oh, I thought you was gonna zag. And pick the Raiders.
No.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And our next our next Christmas game is the Giants at the Eagles. I'm gonna go first and say I'm taking the Eagles because I'm never picking the New York Giants.
Well, I would appreciate it if you chose the Giants at least once so that we can, clinch a division and win. But with that being said, I am picking the Eagles, and I hope I'm wrong.
Why don't you pick the Giants then?
I picked the Giants last week.
Oh, whatever.
So you only get one out of me,
Anywho, our last Christmas game is the Ravens at the 49ers. The matchup of 2 of the best teams in the NFL.
Who you got, man?
It's going to be tough. But I think the 49ers are going to win. But I'm still going to pick the Ravens because I think Lamar can do it. I don't care. I believe in Lamar Jackson. I think he can do it.
I do believe in Lamar. But because my fantasy season is over, I'm going to pick the 49ers. Because there's Lamar playing good or bad does nothing for me anymore. Your boy lost in the first round. It is what it is. Had a great season. Better than expected. Glad I wasn't in the loser bowl. But I am picking the 49ers. And, look, I hope I'm wrong. Because I do fuck with Lamar.
Now we got to get into we done picked the hell of games. We got to get into our locks and our upsets of the week. What do you have for your lock this week, Greg?
My lock this week will be the Packers. The Packers beating the Panthers. That will be my lock. That game y'all won 9-7. That's the last game y'all got for the season. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the last win. The buck stops right there.
My lock for the week, I am going with the Seahawks over the Titans.
Seahawks over the Titans. Okay.
Who do you have for your upset this week?
You see, now this is where things get a little tricky. Cause I'm looking at that Jaguars game. You know what? Jaguars over Buccaneers.
Okay.
Jaguars over Buccaneers.
My upset this week, I'm going with the Texans over the Browns. Even though C.J. Stroud just hurt, I feel like
Case Keenum gonna do it.
Yeah, I feel like the Texans can do it. They can do it. Why not?
Case Keenum he's a solid quarterback, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But that's our
picks for the week.
That's our picks. And finally,
now, the
moment you all been waiting for.
Since it's Christmas, we want to do a little something different for our hot takes.
Yeah.
This week we're gonna do hot takes, but our Christmas movie version. So, do you have a hot take, Greg?
Yes, I have a hot take. Do you have a hot take?
Yes, I do.
I would like for you to go first.
Okay. My hot take is, I think not even think. Cause I don't need to think about it. I know this. That Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer is the absolute best Christmas movie to have ever been created. Better than The Grinch. Better than Polar Express. Better than the other version of The Grinch. And better than there's like 4 versions of The Grinch. Better than all those. Better than Die Hard. Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer is the best Christmas movie ever. And let me tell you why. 1, amazing soundtrack. Is there...
Look, my fault. I really thought you were going to say, 1, she got ran over by a reindeer. I thought that's how you was going to start with that. It ain't had nothing to do with what you had going on. I just thought you was setting that shit up and say something stupid. Go ahead, bro. My fault, nigga. Go ahead, keep going. What? She got ran over.
1, she did get ran over by a reindeer. That did happen. But 2, has an amazing soundtrack. If you've never heard the Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer song,
bro, that shit go crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
No, it's crazy. Like, you're gonna hear it's gonna get stuck in your head. That's honestly why I like the movie. So the song just gets stuck in your head. So amazing soundtrack. It teaches you life lessons too, like how family isn't really your family. Cause you know there's a character in the movie. She's their cousin or their aunt, and she's trying to like take away the family business and let you know that there can be snakes in the family. Blood is not thicker than water. You know what else? Sometimes it teaches you have to take the justice process into your own hands. That grandma, she got ran over by a reindeer. They had to go to court.
Oh God.
With Santa and everything.
Oh God. It's
anti-gentrification as well. You didn't think about that at the beginning of the movie. The owner of the town, he's trying to take away I forget the main character's name, but he's trying to take away like their family business or whatever. And so they're fighting against that. And then at the end of the movie, it shows how like family and all that, the power of family, the power of friendship can beat, gentrification and capitalism. Because at the end of the day, he was like, you know what? I don't need to take this business from them. You know what? I'll help them. I'll help them grow the business. Make it worldwide.
You know that's not real life though, right?
But it can be. If we take the lessons from this movie and apply it to real life, that's why it's the best Christmas movie. Now, what is your hot take, Greg?
Man, okay. I wanted you to say your hot take because I wanted to see how you was going to phrase it. How you were going to, initiate what you were going to do. But my hot take, because I do really enjoy Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. Okay. In my top 3. It might as well be 1 because I fuck with it that much.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to do a little audible. That's why I asked you to go first. The Grinch is overrated, but I don't want to go there. Elf is a top 3 movie of all time. By far, is a top 3 movie of all time. Elf by Will Ferrell. It's a top 3 movie of all time. Has all the humor. Has all the lessons in the world. Talks about the power of friendship, the power of love, the power of Christmas spirit. It's all in one movie. All in one movie. And it's nostalgia. It's definitely nostalgia. Definitely a nostalgia movie. Now, am I saying this is better than Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer? I'm not saying that.
Okay.
It's in the top 3 though. Because when you think of other Christmas movies, you're going from a nostalgia. You're going based off a place of nostalgia. Yeah. Home Alone. That's nostalgia. It's a clap. Home Alone 1. It's nostalgia. Nobody's watching 2 through 4. Nobody's really watching 2 through 4 like that. A Christmas Story. Some of y'all niggas not even old enough to remember the Christmas Story. Mall Cop with Paul Blart.
That's a Christmas movie?
That is Christmas. That's
during Christmas?
That's technically Christmas. And that bitch the bitch go hard. That's also part of my top 3. But like, you have all these movies, all this stuff is in nostalgia. I don't think any of them hold a candle next to Elf, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's the best one for children and adults. All the other ones, just for the kids. Bro.
It is good crossover with children.
Has good versatility.
That's a good.
And that's pretty much my strongest point out of that. And number 2, I do believe that a lot more people would be better if they played in different eras. I think Jaleel Okafor would have been a better player or with better opportunity if he played either 5 years, if he came into the league 5 years prior to or 5 years after.
5 years after?
Yeah, I believe if Jaleel Okafor, I literally just think it was right in that era that he was at. That's where they fucked up. Had he came into the league about 5 or 6 years earlier or later, he would have been a better player.
Why later though?
I believe later because I believe he still had the skill. Like, he has good skill sets. I think he was a good enough player to develop certain skill sets that would have kept him in the league longer. He would have developed a jump shot. He would have coaches and stuff, like, they would have put emphasis on certain things instead of him just being a back to the basket ass nigga. Because his rookie year, he averaged like 18 points, just back to the basket without doing anything else outside. I think, like I said, if he was just born 5 or 6 years later, because he came, what draft was that? 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He came in the 2020 draft for sure. For sure, because they was trying to eliminate. You remember, it was like the death of the mid range during that time. Like, niggas were just not trying to make mid range shots. It was and now they're slowly bringing that shit back. But like, that wasn't they was killing the power forward in general. They're slowly bringing that shit back.
I see what you're talking because like his game, Jokic.
Yeah, being a facilitator, like learning those things. That, yeah. Like, I think he would have been better equipped for this version of the NBA. Or his skill set would have been just as fine like in the early 2000s. Because I think about Roy Hibbert and I think about David West and all them niggas that was in the early 2000s, 08 and 09. It was just he really just was born at the wrong time. Like, it was really the wrong draft.
But I mean, hey, you could argue that if he was good enough, he would have just changed the game like that.
Yeah, but it's just, I really do think Philly fucked him up.
Philly, Philly was terrible during that time.
Cause like, how do you have a rookie average 18 points a game and then you just cut his minutes in half the next year? You know what I mean? Like, that's
some Detroit Pistons stuff. Cough, cough, Jaden Ivey, cough.
Oh God, like, that's like, they gonna fuck around and mess that nigga up too. They gonna fuck around and mess up K's trade value.
They mess up everything. They're doing everything wrong. But that's conversation for
sure
another day. conversation for when they either set the record or when they win a game.
I think they're gonna set the record.
We'll see.
I think we're gonna talk about them playing the San Antonio Spurs, and they still ain't won the game yet. That's January 15th. Martin Luther King's birthday. They will still have an L.
He didn't die for this.
But yeah, that about wraps it up. Jackson, any last words?
If you want to do something life changing, do some life changing shit. But Merry Christmas.
Like I said before on Thanksgiving, keep the Thanksgiving walk the Thanksgiving walk, my nigga. You do not cross over and go to Christmas, yo. Keep that for Thanksgiving.
Go be with your children.
Watch your kid open up the present. Be a part of the family. Like always, you know what I mean? Don't allow other people to write your own story when God gave you the pen. Crazy quote. I want to know who came up with that because I woke up and I said that shit out loud and I felt like somebody said it. But I was Googling it. I've yet to hear anybody say those. That
somebody said,
but I feel like somebody said it. But until somebody tells me, I'm gonna make it seem like, yo, God put that in my heart, put that in my spirit. Cause I really did wake up during that self-reflective, like, yo, don't let other niggas write a story that was meant for you to write. You got the pen. It's a fire bar. But with that being said, Merry Christmas. Go get some, go get some presents. Spend time with the family, the community. And we'll catch y'all next week for the final part of the year. And go get some holiday bitches.
Get some ho-ho-hos.
Oh, God.